Hello again! I hope you're still enjoying learning about the cool world of glaciers. We have covered a lot of information together. First, we talked about what a glacier is and why it moves. Then we talked about some of the ways that scientists study glaciers. Today, we're going to talk about the big question. Why do we care? Why do scientists study glaciers? Take a minute and talk with your class about this question. Glaciers can tell us a lot about our world. When scientists drill ice cores, they can see what the air was composed of, and if there were any big events like volcanic eruptions or big fires. By looking at where glaciers have been in the past, we can learn more about what the Earth was like in the past. And observing glaciers today tells us how our world is changing right now. Think back to the claims you made about the pictures. How do you think our world is changing? Talk with your class again about your claims from last time, and then try interpreting some data. Think about wearing a shower cap in the shower. How can you connect that to the data that you discovered? As you saw, a thermometer inside a plastic bag gets a lot warmer than one that is open. Have you ever been inside a greenhouse? A building made of glass gets a lot warmer than buildings made out of other materials. That is because the sunlight comes easily through the glass and then gets trapped, staying inside and making the building warmer. You might have heard about something called the greenhouse effect. Often today, the greenhouse effect is seen as a really bad thing, but without it, we wouldn't be able to live on the Earth. As energy from the sun comes towards the Earth, some of it is reflected back into space by the atmosphere, while some of it comes through and gets to the Earth. Once the energy is inside the atmosphere, it heats the Earth up. The atmosphere keeps a lot of the energy and heat trapped inside, so it bounces back and forth, and our Earth stays warm. The extra energy that does not make it to the Earth means that we don't get too hot. It's kind of like the Earth wears a giant shower cap. Without the greenhouse effect, we would not be able to live on this Earth. It would get too cold during the night and too hot during the day. The greenhouse effect happens because of certain gases in our air. These greenhouse gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and a few others. The problem that many people see now is that the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is changing. Greenhouse gases are increasing, which means that more heat is trapped at the Earth and the Earth is getting hotter. This is called global warming. Seeing how much the glaciers have melted recently is one of the big arguments for the existence of global warming. And looking at the amount of CO2, or carbon dioxide, in the air through the history of ice cores has shown us that having more CO2 in the air is a big part of global warming. While CO2 has changed many times through history, the pattern that scientists are seeing now is not like any of those that they have seen in the past. The question now is not whether the Earth is warming, but how much humans are doing to cause it. Factories and cars and other forms of technology put carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the air. Many of the governments of the world got together and came to the conclusion that the Earth is definitely warming, and things that we are doing are contributing to that warming. Now that scientists recognize that there is a problem, we can start working towards fixing it. For now, we can thank glaciers for showing us what was happening to our world. I hope you enjoyed these lessons. Through them, we learned about what a glacier is, how it moves, how scientists study them, and why. Keep studying this cool world of glaciers.